10 years old, still costs that much, huh?
Yeah.
Is that both pieces? Both pieces, tractor and slow?
No, that's just the drive system. Well,
Right.
we'll say the pledge of allegiance.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll consider for approval minutes and agenda.
Motion,
I'll second.
We have a motion from Stanzer and a second from Jensvold to approve the minutes and agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 9 a.m. Sherry, it's Potiker.
And it's spelled right. I'm so impressed.
Health Coverage Agency, you have a report for us.
I do, and this is Lionel Foster, our board president, came along with me today.
Morning.
So you have a copy of our annual report, and inside there should be a sheet that specifically deals with Winnebago County. We think it's important for you to know that we are here in your county, we are doing work in your county. So we have the 3 meal sites. At this point, they're all doing home delivered meals. I did ask our dietitian why Lake Mills runs higher, and she says it has to do with the fact that cook salaries get spread over fewer meals. So it's not necessarily that their budget is that much different, it's just that as the meal volume varies, it causes the price per plate to change because so much of those costs are fixed. You know, you've got,
Minimum cost of doing business.
yeah, minimum cost of doing business.
Can you run that by me again?
The costs like the rent and the cook's salary, you don't pay the cook. You pay the cook for the hours, and it takes her the same amount of time to do 100 meals as it does to do 120 meals. And so the cost per plate goes up a little bit when the volume's lower. We did have some lower volumes last winter because the meal sites were closed several days because of snow. We have gone in and provided, and it won't show on this, but for this year, we were able to get a grant and we've sent out what are called emergency meal kits. So the people who are on the home delivered meals list have already received some frozen meals to have on hand for those days when our drivers can't get there. We're working on another grant. Hopefully we'll be sending out another batch of meals in January, because last winter that was a big concern, was the fact that people couldn't get to the meal sites, and did they have food, did they not have food? One of the new programs from last year is the benefit enrollment checkups, and that's one that I specifically want to point out. We received a grant from the National Council on Aging. It did require matching funds, and so we were able to use matching funds from the counties to get that grant. That's where we work with the seniors, and there's a program where we can take them through all of the benefits they might be eligible for and help them sign up in one sitting. So LIHEAP, Social Security Supplemental Income, Medicaid, of course, LIHEAP, Supplemental Social Security. There's another one. Oh, food assistance. So we can go through all of those applications with them and say you're eligible for this, sign them up all in one sitting. And I think that's important for senior citizens, especially, you know, those who are 80 and older. They maybe don't know they're eligible for those programs, and in a lot of cases they wouldn't want to call. You know, they don't want to ask for the help, but if we offer it and help them sign up for it, they seem more accepting. So that's a new program that I think is really good.
Maybe I asked this last year, I don't know. Can you explain, like from caregiver access assistance, is that through public health?
No, this is actually provided by our staff. If people come in or they call and they may say, I'm taking care of my dad. I need to get him to a doctor's appointment in Mason City. Can you help me figure it out? And we would give them access information. We would say, here are some transportation providers. We don't actually do the transportation ourselves, but we do refer to those in the
Would
community.
that be the same like for elder rights of use then?
Elder rights.
You just refer them?
Elder rights abuse is a little different. We go into the home. In a lot of cases, we wind up involving law enforcement. There are 3 types of elder abuse that we deal with a lot. One is self-neglect, where the people aren't taking care of themselves and someone in the community notifies us and we go in and do an assessment and try and get in touch with a relative or bring in county services to help. Another is financial exploitation, and banks are usually the ones who call us and refer clients and say, we're just noticing every month so-and-so's pulling out so much money out of grandma's account or whatever. And so we step in, and then we usually have to involve county attorney. And the other, we have some senior citizens who have some mental health concerns, and we've had to call the sheriff's department and take firearms out of homes and arrange for them to have some screenings and some assistance in that way. So elder abuse, we're actually in the homes working to try and make it safe for them to stay there.
So none of these programs here double up with public health?
The only one that, and it doesn't really double up, but Homemaker, we contract with Winnebago County Public Health for Homemaker services.
Yep.
Oh, and personal care, Homemaker and personal care. So we appreciate the fact that you support us every year. Our request is going up by a nickel a senior citizen. So hopefully you'll consider our request. If you ever want more information, you're welcome to contact us at any time. We did move. The roof fell in on our building in Mason City. So yeah, that was fun. A couple of Mohawk Square, I don't know if you heard, but the roof did collapse. So
I used to go to PRC meetings there.
yeah. So we're now in a building we're renting at the corner of Briarstone Drive and Taft. It's a nice facility. It's all one level, so it's easier, really, accessibility. And we're still on a bus line, so that was important for us.
And I'd also like to add too that we worked with the old Iowa legislature, and I went down to their session in January, and we're trying to beef up, if you will, some of the programs. For example, on elder abuse, we're trying to get some of the laws changed where that don't apply right now in between family members. I'd share this story with you real quickly. I had a lady that I chatted with doing a follow-up to see how our services helped her. And her son, she moved off a farm. Her husband passed away and moved off the farm, moved into the city, and she had some assets. And somehow her son tapped her assets, went to Minneapolis, bought a home in Minneapolis, and later on lost a home in Minneapolis and moved back in the area. And I said, well, why didn't you check with the authorities? And she says, oh no, I don't want to do that. I love him too much for that. All I want him to do is to come around so I can hug him and tell him I forgive him. And I thought to myself, well, that's nice, man. But I mean, that's my thinking. It's nice, man, but he stole from you. Well, that's not in the law right now where she could actually, I mean, she could have an attorney sue him to recover. But those are some of the areas that we're working on. And then return to the community program, which will allow folks who are in a nursing home or in the hospital, if you will, return to their own homes, and we'll provide services there, care services. We'll look at renovating the properties, putting a handrail in or a ramp or something like that to help the individual get around their own home when they get back. So those are some of the areas that we're trying to work on and develop. So your donations really help us out, and we certainly appreciate it.
That's huge. That saves a lot of money.
Mhm.
It really does.
A little bit of money saves a lot of money.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate all the work you guys do for it.
Well, thank you.
You guys don't have to go, we might be discussing drainage in a little bit. Everybody likes to stay around the drainage.
That's why the sheriff is here.
I missed the last week, so I came early today.
Oh, you're good. Make darn sure you get under the drainage this time.
Mom is not here today.
She's not coming.
Oh, she's not.
No, she had something, an emergency, and so she's probably coming next week.
All right, number 4, consider for approval annual financial report.
Yeah.
Gets any finer print, I'm gonna have to go out magnifying glass.
I think we're down to 8 here.
One of these days I'll remember that.
No, that's Christmas.
7530, yeah, I did the two of them.
Hello?
We're almost ready for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're ready. This all three or just Terry, Carla?
Just Terry's fine.
I didn't get it very good, so can you email that one to me?
I'll entertain a motion to approve the financial report.
And I'll make a motion to approve the financial report.
I'll second that.
A motion from Jensvold and a second from Stenzer to approve the financial report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Bam, 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 we got 920. Is the blizzard's coming?
Yeah, I still gotta put a snowplow on.
I got a nice brother. He just comes and does my.
Yeah, well, my nice brother-in-law too, he lets me use the tractor, but I gotta put the snowblower on it. I gotta put that on yet too.
Start reading.
You did, didn't you?
At least I caught it before I went through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good.
Morning.
Morning.
Great.
Morning.
I have nothing.
What do you have for us, Scott?
Well, the forecast seems to be cycling, but ultimately seems to be around 3 to 7 inches of snow and pretty nasty winds, so.
Which part of the county?
Well, worse in the northwest,
Excuse me.
possibly not so bad in the southeast. But,
I'm hoping they're completely wrong.
yeah, I would hope so too, at least for the swath of bad weather, we seem to be on the southern edge.
Yeah,
If for some chance it tracks north, it wouldn't be so bad.
I feel bad for the people.
Yeah, like it'll be worse around Buffalo and Rake, but anyway, the guys have been getting belly blades on and gearing up for snow removal and amongst trying to get the last of the mowing done, trying to get snow traps mowed up and the project's open, so I think they're hauling rock to the bridge northeast of Buffalo, trying to get that one opened up. The other one they'd been working on in Grant Township on 50th there,
They had the road open.
had it open, and then it got trashed by a heavy truck, and so they closed it, and they've been trying to kind of heal it here before winter. Couldn't get things to dry out this fall worth a darn.
So it's just on both sides of it, or whatever, somebody went over it and it sunk in real bad?
I didn't see it myself, but it sounded like they left some 1.5 feet deep ruts,
Oh, really?
and that's about the whole cover of the bridge, so.
What kind of truck?
I was told it was a Heartland Co-op truck, but anyway.
They have to pay for that.
Well,
If it's soft.
it was open, and I guess I don't know the
Yeah,
details of it, but
if it's all juicy, it's never had to tie it in. It's-
like I said, I don't know the details of the situation, but anyway, they got it at least kind of pushed back together, and hopefully they can get it opened up. Anyway, been a tough fight on projects this fall, but
No, the DNR's gonna give her stamp.
No, no.
They're gonna stamp them.
We'll disregard.
Anything else?
I did send a letter to the gentleman, or to the couple there, Zelmers, north of the feed mill, about the trees that are hanging over on that gravel road there, just west of Myrie Slough. Pretty much just requesting that they do some tree trimming there, and we'd like to see some work done next year. So hopefully that at least brings the issue to their attention, and maybe they can help us out.
Okay.
That's all I got.
I don't know what happened to that. Just open it up.
Anything else?
That's it.
Have any?
No, what do you think?
Okay. Thank you. 7511.
Mhm.
Have a good holiday.
Yeah.
This is Fred.
We're ready for it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks.
morning.
You got anything for drainage?
I did go up to the project up by Rake. They're cleaning that ditch, 68 and 68 lat 2 and then 21. And so that was kind of nice to go see what they're doing. I met the engineer out there, one of them. I talked to Dwayne and it was good.
Hopefully it does some good.
Yeah, it looked like the water was flowing pretty good. So,
You good.
and Mike, I did get to fly a drone, and yes, it would be handy. Just,
Yeah, Brenda's got a real nice little, put it out, spec'd up by Don Giggins.
yeah,
Does that save a lot of time and walking?
yes.
We
Yep.
all need the exercise.
I did do a lot of walking though that day, but I mean, it's nice to, it was handy.
And that was the one up by Rig.
I'm gonna go back up again next week and just check it out and see what's going on. And then the tree people are starting DD11 next week. With this week, with the holiday, they just figured they'd just skip this week and start next week.
Gee whiz, I walked out there.
I did too.
You walked all the way out there from this building.
I was in Cassuth.
Oh,
I was at the start of 68.
I didn't quite make it that far.
There you go.
Looks scary across the board.
So,
Do you know anything about, out west of town here?
they started digging last week.
Good. Must've been right after I drove by.
Could have been, because Matt sent me a text message that they had started. I don't know who the gentleman is that digs for them, but
What's this for?
DD49.
Just up on the west side there, where Turkey Creek is or whatever.
Out by Riley Lewis's.
Mhm.
Anyway, there's a short dredge ditch there. Not sure, will that do any good if the rest of it's not cleaned out? That's not in the district.
Yeah, I doubt it, but that's something that you guys would want to think about if you want to annex that in.
One of those things that might be, somebody's gonna have to put a petition together to,
Yeah, if it's not ours, we can't do a whole lot about it.
kind of what I told Riley about that. So, about the sea after it's done, what effect it has on it. All right, anything else?
Is your program, like say, we got a drone, will you provide that into all of it? You can't.
That would be so horrible.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, yeah. I'd pay for it out of your guys'.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna check it out to see which one they had. His is about 4 years old that he was using.
I would get a Phantom.
That's what it is. Yep, that was the name of
They've
it.
come a long way, and also the prices come way down.
Mm-hmm.
What used to cost $2,200, now it's $1,300.
Right, they've come a long way. I do have to get one. Do you have a
You
class?
gotta register.
No, you have to have a license.
You do now.
It's not a full pilot's license.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's not like they're gonna let me fly a plane. But I do have to go, most community colleges have a course on it,
So I
a
got
couple
question,
hours.
if you have a pilot's license, can you drive? If I have a pilot's license,
Maybe, that I don't know,
I just have to get it updated.
so.
Knowing you guys, we should be getting the one that they have on the ad on TV. It's instructable, they're hitting it with a bat and they're flying it through glass windows and stuff like that, and it keeps going. Oh,
Jeez.
did I say that out loud?
You have no faith,
And on tape.
right?
Way to go, man.
Live on TV, set it.
Right?
Cards and letters are gonna come flying in now.
Full call now.
But Jacobson Westergaard is pleased that I'm gonna be doing this. He says it'll help out a lot by having somebody out and about. So,
Sure. I answer those right away.
Well, if you actually then use it with him, it'll save a lot of money.
mhm.
We probably don't, how much are they?
I would say $2,500 by the time you buy a bunch of batteries. I know his case had 5 or 6 extra batteries because they don't last that long.
30 minutes.
Yeah. And then depending on the weather.
Drones.
A drone?
That would be the max, 2,500.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
I think you can probably get into the unit itself with one battery. Probably.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've done no looking at it.
Why, so, devil's advocate here, why, if the engineer has one, why do we need one?
Do they have one?
Don't they?
I don't know.
He had it out for,
Yeah, I've seen,
11.
I've seen videos of his flying over stuff.
Oh, not the county engineer.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No, but
Well,
Emergency management.
Jake is Western, I guess.
That
yeah.
would be good for his projects. And
You know, if I went out to just check a ditch or check somebody's tile or whatever, I wouldn't have to actually go too far out in the field if I didn't need to. I could just sit on the roadside.
I've seen you drive.
Well, that's on camera too.
But low.
They're just coming from everywhere today, aren't they?
Well, at
Well,
least
you know
I-
these people your whole life, and that's what you get.
That's what I was afraid of.
At least I said you guys. I didn't specifically target.
I would caution you though, that there are a lot of FAA rules.
There are, because you can't go so high and,
500.
So close to an airport.
no, it's 100 foot is as high as he said to go anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, you can, I think it's 300, he said.
Resolution if you go too high.
Right. So, there's a lot of things to check into. It's not a done deal that we need one.
Somebody was telling me that some of the wind turbines are gonna put up in Cassuso, and I knew that they're gonna be 600 foot tall. Speaking of that 500 rule.
How tall are they now? I don't know.
Well, 499. You get above 500, and you gotta jump through a whole bunch of extra hoops with FAA.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, well, I'm surprised that
Is that the southern project?
evidently.
And is that from base to the tip of a blade?
Tip of a blade,
Oh,
the top blade.
That must be like, what, 2 megawatt or 2.5?
No, the ones we got repurposed out here are that big. They must be 3 or better.
So I'm assuming the advantage of doing these drones is that you can take video and then take it to the engineer and say, tell me, what to do.
Or take it
Yep.
to the board.
Or take it to them.
Take it and show it to the board and
Mhm.
change it.
This is what it actually looks like. This is what's going on.
Something needed the great investment to.
Because you get out, you can walk out there and look at this ditch, but sometimes you can't even see the problem unless you go on the other side too and look at it from that side.
Mhm.
So we spend $2,500 and we save countless dollars, but the engineer having to go out and send his drone out because we've already got the video of it.
Right. Right.
He's gonna
I'm
have-
with Mike.
He's gonna have mileage to come over here.
Oh, yeah, I
Right.
was just gonna say, and I bet he doesn't fly it for free either per hour.
I'm guessing not.
I'm guessing not.
No. So, and I'm guessing they might do some of their own just to have something. But if I had a video of it and sent it to them, saves a lot of their legwork.
Get the results back faster,
Mhm.
everything else like that.
We won't give it up, let's see.
If we're gonna get on that list, is we should buy something that you can run a camera up the top.
We'll just wait on that.
Now Dave will go back and start shopping for those.
Yeah,
What's that?
Dave will go back and start shopping for those cameras to go up the drainage.
run off drainage tiles. I could just see you sitting for hours
Excited.
watching videos of the internal workings of the drainage system.
Hours and hours of recording.
Kind of like having a fireplace on your. All right, anything else for drainage? Is there anything else they're open for? Hearing none. Consider for approval county claims.
Those are just some extras I had to do. Some last minute health insurance bills came in, so I just paid everything I had.
I didn't realize I thought that was just out of the kindness of my heart to run the ballots down here. See you paid me.
I haven't paid Dave this time.
Ever.
I did this time.
Oh, did you really?
Mhm.
Well, I just figured it was one of those things I will run for food. You guys had food back here. It's not that, I thought that was the motivation to get me.
Have
to
the
do it.
sign out there, will work.
I ate plenty of it while I was here.
Yeah, but you brought that stuff from
Oh,
Harley.
yeah, you brought something.
There's somebody.
Speaking of which,
You need to talk? Okay. Okay.
small problem.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I decided that I wanted to keep you guys coming back, so that's why you got food. And
I thought it was just to spite me for not wanting.
I just figured you took one
Pick up
look.
that night.
I just figured you took one look at me and says, yeah, food's enough for him.
well, actually, we did have a lengthy debate whether or not to do it, but that will keep you after you retire. So
So,
I actually said, this is what I said. We should really write "marry the check," is what I said, but.
wow.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Actually, that explains why Opal got the check and not me.
So, I'll go back to open forms, it's on the chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Is it ramen noodles or is it ramen noodles?
Oh, you were listening last night, weren't you? Yeah, we were winking back and forth, ramen, Roman.
Unhealthy noodles.
Was that only a half hour show?
No, it's a full hour, and
Oh, I
it's,
missed the first half.
we start at 6:30 and we go till
5:30.
5:30. We start at 5:30 and we go to 6:30. Yeah, and none of it is scripted, but half the time we're shutting off mic and absolutely in stitches crying. Some of the stuff we do is just totally wrong.
Well, and if you just left it all on the air, then you'd just be like, wow.
Oh, no, you don't want to do all the stuff that's off there, you don't want to
Oh, you don't want to end up like Orange.
I'm not saying that, that was something entirely different.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you might be talking about
Don't
something.
want to end up like Bill.
Well, like Bill, there we go, yeah.
Feel like a rock.
My what?
A rock.
My rock. Which one did I tell you?
Just.
The only thing I can think of is it's the Charlie Brown Halloween. So I got another rock.
I got a little cold for Christmas one time. I thought it was cool. I'd never seen cold for Christmas.
I still have my lump of coal. I got a lump of coal for Christmas once too.
We were too poor to have coal.
Go get the wood while you're at it, get the sword. No, you want to do
They're all
something wrong.
Everything's in here.
This one's not.
Good.
Got it.
No, they don't need it. All right. You see, when the music comes on, lots of times I turn to the radio. I would much prefer listening to something like what you're talking about than,
What are those guys talking about? Yeah.
it's,
I was rather stunned last night when we did the opinion poll, how many people were texting in. It was really something. That's why I got quiet. That's why I was quiet for a lot of the show, because I'm sitting there doing tabulations.
you listen to music going down the road driving your car and fall asleep. If you listen to somebody talking, you're trying to follow the conversation, and it keeps you more alert.
So I would say coach's show must have been late or something.
Yeah, we had their signal wasn't coming in right, so I spent about 12 minutes tearing apart the receiver, trying to figure out what was wrong. We called electrical engineering with Radio Iowa. They said everything was fine. We came back and it was our end. I was able to fix it though, no problem. I think the only thing we missed was the gymnastics coach, and that was about it.
That'd be the best part.
I know. I actually do enjoy gymnastics.
Seems to be popular in town.
I wish there would have been a place in town when my girls were young. I spent 95% of my life in Mason City when they were.
Yeah, I was watching, evidently, a young man that was killed over by Mason City was quite a gymnast too.
Who was that?
16-year-old.
16-year-old got killed in a car accident.
North of Mason.
North of Mason.
Yeah,
Shoot.
they had him on the KIT news last night doing all kinds of clips and stuff, video of him.
3 cars.
3 cars,
I think it was 3 cars.
and they said they still didn't know what really caused it yet, I guess. But he was a good kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his worst nightmare.
Mean anything to you, or did they just? So you bought it, you did.
Together.
Did you ever have a motion on county claims?
No.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion from Stencher, second from Jensvold to approve the county claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now we're on the payroll claims.
When you're ready, I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Got a motion from Stencher, a second from Jensvold to approve the payroll claims. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Dave Peterson, to discuss getting a new squad car.
Okay. Well, first I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed a little bit, and maybe you're already aware of some of this stuff, but, Rick Caldwell is retiring, and actually, it's gonna be the 1st of February is his, effective, 1st February. Steve Lilquist has been appointed the jail administrator to fill Rick's, shoes. Yeah, we lost a jailer the other day. Pam Crine resigned, personal reasons. You know, we're gonna lose a deputy. Dustin Van Gundy got hired by Decorah Police Department, which is where Danielle, his wife, is from, so they're going back home. But I just want to bring you guys all up to speed on that, so if you hear or see anything, you know what's going on. So,
Can't blame him for that.
no, if your wife is happy, how does that go?
As I said, my wife lives 8 miles away from her mother, and I don't think she could stand another.
As long as the whole world knows now.
It's a phone call for you in the other office.
No, it's lighting up right here.
The other thing about the new squad car, our jail needs a new car in the worst way. So my plan is to give them my pickup and myself get a new vehicle. We would use jail funds for that. So it's not gonna come out of the budget. They can't manipulate that driveway in the wintertime because the vehicles they drive now are 2-wheel drive, and we had one jailer slide off the edge. Yeah, it's a bugger, so
Yeah.
that is the plan, and I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on that, so.
Out of like all the deputies' cars, do they have like all-wheel drive?
Yep.
They all have? I was gonna say, 'cause that is kind of a
And that's what
slippery
it's,
slope, as they say.
in the wintertime, that's what it takes, so. Brett just got a new pickup, hasn't even been assigned to him yet, but he was due a new vehicle, so he got one, it's just gotta be converted over and put the radios and stuff in it yet.
So what kind is that, Jim?
He got a new Chevy. We put bids out to our local people, Ford and Chevy here in Forest City, so.
I'm gonna need copies of those. For our auditors.
Okay.
How old is his dog now? He's still on his first one.
9, I'm sorry?
He's still on his first one, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she's 9, but I won't swear to that.
Seems like they got her.
I know it's.
10, 12 years. Depending on, a lot of it depends on how she's doing.
Yeah.
So. And he wants to get another one where she's going, so. So anyway,
She's been a good asset.
yeah, it has been a good asset.
It's worth 1.5 deputies, I think.
And Brian's dog,
Joking.
Won't stop ringing around here.
and Brian's dog is doing really well also. He's also been a good asset.
The thing about it, your dog is always happy to see you. Other people, when it comes to people, it isn't quite that good.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law's, you talk about, the stereotypical mother-in-law riding a broom around. My mother-in-law is the nicest lady you could ever meet. I hope that dug that hole out.
You went down a lot further than you came out.
I don't know, that was a pretty good shovelful, that last
Guys,
one.
it's not even writing sweeps. Can we knock this off?
She's here within the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, what's it, last week they were here? Oh, I agree.
I should have just said, I don't care what Bill says about you, you're okay.
Yeah. I had somebody tell me that once. Your old man ain't such a bad guy. What the blank happened to you? And I looked at him and go, evidently I take after my mother.
So is there action you wanted on this?
I just-
Out of control?
Actually, I just wanted to fill you guys in.
All right, we have possible action.
Yeah. And I think I requested that, but it's just that notification.
All right. Okay. Anything
I'll
else?
need the bids for the new one too when you get
Yep,
those.
yep.
Okay.
So you're talking pickup for yourself then too? Anything else?
I got nothing.
Yes, we've done our agenda. Stand adjourned. Now we can say.
Quick, turn that off, Bill.
Wheels are turning over here, waiting for that light to go off. Yeah,
Everybody smile and say hi.
what's the advantage of the pickup? Just purely the winter stuff or?